Hi, everybody. Welcome again to Wingman Wisdom. Thank you for joining me today. Today I got some, good news and some bad news. Bad news, especially if you live or RV in the great state, my home state of Texas. So I'm going to first cover the good news. There are so many people that are watching Wingman Wisdom that help others. And it does my heart good to see that. I received an email from somebody that says, why don't you talk about buying used RVs? If you've not yet done so, you can find out about buying and selling used RVs or new RVs by downloading my free RV report. Many of you watch Wingman Wisdom, my videos, on a big screen TV, so you're not able to click that word more. If you just go to free RV report, put it all together, freervreport.com, you'll be able to download my report. But I'm going to show you what one person did, and I just think it was so smart. It was so simple and smart. It did take some time, but if you're thinking about buying a used RV, besides downloading my free RV report, I want you to think about what this gentleman did. His name is Paul, and let's go to the screen now. Paul wrote, he said, please discuss buying used RVs from individuals. He said, first, I should tell you that in November of 2020, I bought a fifth wheel, my first camper. My process was as follows. A, I spent 2 years researching through YouTube and Facebook groups. I looked at a dozen or so before making the purchase. I was limited in what I could spend, 20 grand or less. I knew it would be challenging for me to get an RV that was in good working order and still be in my budget. Frankly, I gave up on the dealers early in my search for an RV. What Paul says is he took time to do his homework, 2 years. Now, it may not take you 2 years, but it should take you more than just a couple of weeks. Poke around, learn the market, go to the resources that are available, go to dealers that I work with, go to PPL Motorhomes, poke around, find out what the market is doing so you've got your finger on the pulse, so to speak, before you go pulling the trigger. He says, the next thing he says was, my focus was on RVs that were 4 to 10 years old. I think that's a good idea. Pre-COVID, the RVs seemed to be a whole lot better made than they were during the COVID craze, as I call it. So he focused on RVs that were 4 to 10 years old. When I found an RV I liked, I used an inspection list found online and then modified by me. If you can get a third-party independent inspector to inspect the RV that you're thinking about buying, that's a great idea. But you can save some money like Paul did if you just use the resources that are available to you. Make your own inspection list. What things are important to you in the RV besides the floor plan and the layout? What things are important? Just pretend, close your eyes for a minute and think about, what am I going to have to worry about in this RV? Whether it be plumbing or electrical or leaks from above or below, rodents getting in from underneath. Make a list of all the things that you can think of, and then, as I say, use resources. Make your own inspection list if you want to save some money. Then Paul says, he was planning on getting a professional inspection done. Note, during doing this prevented paying for multiple expensive professional inspections. And so what he ended up doing, he says, being a rookie, I required the seller to walk through the inspection process with me. Very good idea. If you can get the actual seller of the RV to be with you, and it's great if they have the RV at their house. You know why? Because you can look, you can see how they treat their yard. How do they treat their cars? What does their house look like? Is it a rundown shack or is it well manicured? It will give you some kind of an idea how possibly that RV was taken care of. So it says, he had the walkthrough done with the seller, showing me how all mechanicals work and that the systems worked. If excuses were made for something not working or not able to operate, and there were many, I passed on the purchase. Note, this was very frustrating for some, as some of the campers seemed like great deals. When I finally found one that mostly passed my inspection, I only found minor issues I was ready to purchase. It's so important. He had to see a lot. You know, as they say, you got to kiss a bunch of frogs until you find the right one. You've got to be willing to do some shopping. You've got to be able to just walk away from the deal if it's not a good deal for you. Don't feel that pressure. Oh, we got to buy one today. Don't feel that pressure. Take your time. Ask questions, walk through like Paul did with all those different sellers. And if somebody says, oh, that's no big, I just don't have time to show you how the slide out works right now. Maybe a good idea to walk on that one. It says that when I finally found one that passed my inspection, I only found minor issues. I was ready to purchase. Note, I did make a big mistake. I did not get a professional inspection. The cost, my budget, and ego convinced me not to do it. I was lucky. I have since gone on several trips with only minor issues. He purchased a 2015 Jayco Eagle, which is a pretty good travel trailer. I think that money is a big deal. Spending money that you don't have to spend, why do it? If you can do what Paul did, if you can take your time, do your homework, make your own punch list, and walk through the RV with the seller, you'll get a good vibe from that seller. Look around. If they're a slob, that's how they probably took care of that RV that they're trying to sell. So you can, I wish I could print this thing out, but I'm going to go ahead and tell you once again, download free RV report. It's free. I'm not selling anything. I have no affiliate links. I do try to connect you if you want and introduce you to RV dealers that I trust implicitly, and they can help you. But if you'd like, go to freervreport.com. Take you 1 minute to download that information. Do what Paul did. If you don't want to download my free report, that's okay. But take your time. Do what Paul did. Use the resources that are available. Okay, now I want to tell you about something that is near and dear to me, that got me kind of ticked off. As a former campground owner here in Texas, we had like 72 sites and 10 cabins that we would rent out. Well, when you rent a cabin out in the state of Texas, and this is not just my place, anywhere you rent a cabin, you have to pay what's called the hotel motel tax. And they take that money, and essentially what happens is whatever the county tax rate is, some of that money goes to the county, some of it goes to the state of Texas. And so today, the county that, if I still own my campground, the county that I'm in, it's a 13% tax rate on cabins. 13%. How would you like it if your RV site cost of your camping went up by 13%? Well, I got bad news for you. If you're in Texas, my gut tells me it is on the way to going up by at least 13%. Not on cabins. Oh, they already got the money on cabins. It seems like inflation is taking place everywhere. And whenever there's money to be found, those politicians love to squeeze it out of you, don't they? So, I was at the store the other day and buying some chlorine tablets for the swimming pool. And I thought, oh my God, the cost. They've gone up almost 100% in 2.5 years. Almost 100%. So this thing about 6% inflation, we're over the curve. I don't think so. That's just my personal opinion. So camping. Yes, camping has gotten expensive. And maybe you don't have to pay a hotel motel tax in your state. Maybe they call it something else. But if you think I'm joshing you, check this out. The Texas State Legislature meets every couple of years. Not all the time, not every year like most states do. Texas meets every couple of years. And whenever somebody wants to introduce a bill, it's called a House bill. And it's not going to be voted on yet. It has to go to what's called a committee. So this is where the politicians go, what can we do to come up with even more rules, more laws, more sources of revenue maybe for our great state? So somebody came up with House Bill 5136, a bill to be entitled an act relating to the applicability of a county hotel occupancy tax to certain recreational vehicle parks and campgrounds in certain counties and the use of revenue from that tax. This is a House Bill 5136. And this is gobbledygook. It's not super long, but I'm going to show you some of the wording in here. And you tell me if you think that this is going to get through committee. I think that there's little doubt it's going to get through committee. So it's going to be enacted by the state legislature. This subsection applies only to a county described by subsection I. The Commissioner's Court of a county to which this subsection applies may impose the tax authorized under subsection A, blah, 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 blah. I'm not a lawyer, but I'm an old guy, and I think here's what this gobbledygook means. Get ready. If you rent an RV site from anybody in the state of Texas, you're going to be paying this hotel motel tax. Oh, certainly they're going to put that money to good use. You bet they will. There's no place in government where they can cut, right? Let me know what you think. I believe that this House Bill 5136 is going to get to committee. If it gets to committee, I am going to update you. And if you know somebody that camps in Texas, camps in RVs in Texas, I'm going to give you an action step, something that I think you want to do. Will it do any good? I don't know. I don't know if the politicians truly listen to us or not, but it's an action step and it won't be hard to do. But I'm going to follow this. House Bill 5136. You can look it up. Go to, Texas State Legislature, HB 5136 on Google. You can follow along as well. But it concerns me. Does it concern you, the cost of camping? It does, for me. Camping shouldn't be that expensive. My God, it's not a hotel or a motel. It's a friggin' piece of dirt or concrete with a plug in it. Place to dump your poop. I'm going to pay an extra 13% in the state of Texas for that? Do you think the campgrounds are just going to eat it? Do you think that the campground owners are going to go, oh, well, we got so much money, we're just going to pay it? Do you think that? I'd like to know. I think they're going to go up camping in Texas. If this passes, let me just check. It's going to be September, I believe. Come on, Alan. Use the revenue. Certain counties where it goes on and on. It says that this act takes effect September 1 of 2023. So are you ready for that? You're ready for even higher camping costs here in Texas? Are you facing this in your state? Taxes where the county or the city or the state or some governmental agency is going, let's get another little bit out of that taxpayer. I know that I am pretty intense, pretty passionate, but my radar is constantly going for things that will affect me and you. I'm a former campground owner. I don't want to see costs go through the roof unless there's some value with that. And I see this as just another one of those things government goes, boom, we got to get our share. But I want to know what you think. And I want to know what you think about my free RV report. Drop a comment below if you would. If you haven't yet downloaded it, go to the website, freervreport.com. Take you, like I said, 1 minute to view it, download it. Not selling anything. I don't have any affiliate links. I want to help you. The report is, I've combined the report. It's kind of very long. It is. It will take you some time to read, but I promise you, like Paul found some nuggets of information in that free RV report, you will find many nuggets of info that will save you money and, as I say, prevent you from being ripped off. So thank you for watching today's video. Let me know what you think about HB 5136, and if you think that, oh, there's no way they're going to raise these taxes on RV sites in Texas, drop a comment below. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Alan Warren, the RV Wingman. Be safe, have fun, play nice, and don't leave your good manners at home.